Super punchy gain. I was under the impression I wasn't going to have to use an overdrive into the front, but like every amp I've tried, it just tightens it up, brings a little more top end, a little bit more gain. It's the level drive on the SD1. I'll put some pictures of the board and the setting. I'm using just a tiny bit of reverb on the front there. That's the higher gain setting. There's a lot of stuff I have to figure out, but that's kind of an initial tone check. Now I've got the gain all the way off on the SD1 and the level still all the way up. Let's hear the difference. A lot of times in the room it sounds like I need more gain, which that doesn't do it for me. I need a little tiny bit more hair, just a little bit, like 10%. Turn my gate down a little bit, and I will say right off the bat, that is one of the better roll-offs without losing the top end I've volume here. Alright, novel concept. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It's really loud in here. Channel volume's down. I'm going to bring the hybrid up to noon. I just brought the amps gain down a little bit. So a lot of times guys are asking me, how do I get my tone or whatever? And I'm just playing around until I hear something. I want to hear those mids. I want to hear that note articulation. I want to hear the right amount of gain without too much sizzle. And that's the one thing about the Soldano. I will comment that it seems like sometimes it has that kind of extra little sizzle. Some people call it. George Lynch talks about how his Marshall is more sweet than the Soldano, and that's where I think the Soldano's got that extra rawness, which you can't really dial out in the crunch or the second channel. Let's try this. It probably sounds better, but in the room, I'm kind of struggling with this amp to kind of find the mids I want. And this is with the gain at 3/4. Backing the bass. That was the last adjustment I just did. I'm backing the bass down below noon. Again, I've spent like 15 minutes with it, so I just put the gain 3/4. I'm going to get out the Les Paul, and those are just kind of some initial tones. Quick, that was actually, I want to compare this. That was Recto 2, so there's a standby switch in the middle. I don't understand what the Rectifier 1 or 2 does. I'll look into it more and comment on it probably at the end of the video. But that was Rectifier 2. When I went up to 1, I found myself bringing the bass back to noon. It allowed me to add more bass in. Same riffs. Really strong. It's like on 1. A little bit less gain. That's probably my favorite tone out of it so far. Again, in the limited time, I was able to bring the gain back down on Rectifier 1. Hybrid's just below noon. You can see the channel volume's just above noon. I still haven't figured out the solo boost. I don't know why that's working, why that's not working, but I'll figure it out. Recto 1, it likes the mid boost on my loop guitar a little bit better. On Rectifier 2, I didn't really like. It was a little shrill with the mid boost. That seems to play a little nicer with it. I still didn't hear a lot of low end top roll off. The Music Man, I noticed it hardly at all. This one I do notice it a little bit. Maybe it's because it's a bigger chunk of wood. So again, without the Jose boost, this is just the JTM gains a little over noon, hybrid master, and volume or at noon. I'm going to hit the gain boost. Sorry, I'm I noticed a little bit of different. I haven't dialed in the volume, the solo boost. I'm not quite sure. I got to figure that out. Here is, that was JTM. Here's the JMP mode without the boost. Make sure I'm right on that. That is correct. So this is JTM. JMP. Yeah, with this guitar, I definitely like the JTM better. So I'm going to stay there because I can. Now, the final thing I'm going to say just on this initial video is I'm running greenbacks in here, and I'm pretty sure this head is voiced more for VIN 30s, so I may put the VIN 30s back in the bottom slots on this head. Not looking forward to it. I'm not a great solderer, but it might be key to bring out some of that. I hear a lot of low end. I want to maintain it without any flub, and I've got the bass just below noon. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Okay, so we're just testing the boost on it. I changed it a little bit they're almost set the same. I don't know why, but as far as the hybrid bypass and where the hybrid's at. So channel volume is a little above noon. Gain, this guitar likes a lot more gain. It's at 3/4. Really loud in the room. Here's with the boost. Because it doesn't provide more gain, I should say. I almost like the boost here better. The VIN 30s better. It's got a lot of low end that is good, but it can, never gonna call it flubby. It sounds really, really good, but I think the VIN 30s are gonna help bring up those upper mids.